Hello everyone, Zane here and welcome to another Final Fantasy XIV video. Today I'm going to show you guys what to sell to make some kill between patch 6.5 and 7.0, the next expansion of Dawn Trail. So before we get into this video, I want to remind you guys to make sure you do your research to see what sells best on your server, because every server is going to be different. So what sells best for me might not sell best for you. So make sure you check your market board before you do anything. Also, if you guys want early access to some of my guild making advice, items list, and also some progress pics on my guild videos, consider becoming a YouTube member or Patreon supporter. With the YouTube memberships, you actually get emotes and a badge next to your name, as well as your name at the end of my videos for recognition. And the same thing goes for Patreon, except without the badge and the emotes. But that will be in the description down below, just for $1 a month. Otherwise, my content is always free. So with that out of the way, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. In my retainer, as you can see here, I have over 10 million gil within the past 2 weeks. October 26th to the November 8th is where all this gil came from. Alright, most of this is going to come from endgame after you beat 6.0 main story quest, so make sure you have that done and also unlock flying in each of the zones. Why? Because you'll be doing the hunt trains. Because materia for battle is what you're going to be selling, grade 10. Because grade 9 is useless at this point of the game, because only grade 10 can be melded into the gear that matters the most. So determination, critical hit, and direct hits. Best way to do that is through the hunt trains, which happens on my server every morning, midday, and at night. And you will get the clusters from killing all the A ranks, which can be passed in for free grade 10 and 9 materia. So crit used to be under 1,000 gil. Thankfully they have shot up because, obviously, people bought all the materia. This idiot up here decided to drop it 3/4 of the price, and I bought them out to make sure that I can resell these for a higher price. Okay, I do 5 to 10 in each stack, and I usually do 3 to 4 hits. No more than that, please. It's unnecessary. Too much on the market board, and people start dropping prices. Determination is in the same boat, over 2,000 gil. And direct hit as well. Now, for crafters, it's going to be grade 9 and 10 control materia, since you should have enough craftsmanship for any of the current endgame stuff. So as you can see here, this is grade 9 for control. Even though it's 1 or 2 people, they buy it regardless. And this is grade 10 control. And as you can see, the same people have bought it as well. So I'll make sure to link my crafting script farming videos for the control materia. Even though I don't have it on my list here, perception materia for gatherers. So perception is the most useful materia right now for gatherers because of the sublime stuff. And also for the relic weapons, I mean tools. I always call them weapons, but they're basically tools. So you'll be needing extra perception in order to get some of the characteristics, and also make sure to farm the materials for the relics tools. So as you can see here, they have been selling nicely over the past 2 days. The best way to get white scripts is to ocean fishing. Because daylight savings is over in the United States, it's going to be the odd hours the boat is going to take off. You always can check the boat register to see which hour they're going to be leaving on, but it's odd hours now. During daylight savings, it's even hours. And you'll get a crap ton of white scripts each time you do your boat. But I also make sure to link a video to help you guys with white script farming as well. Or you can spirit bond getting the endgame materials. But grade 10 and grade 9 perception, definitely something you guys want to look into. So let's look at the gatherable items, starting with the field mustard. They're selling a little bit over 1,000, which is good. Most of the time, the bots and the heavy crafters are most of the ones that are buying this stuff. So basically, you're feeding the bots. So this is for the leathers. And you can find this in a Golemald zone, which I'll show you guys the spawn times a little bit later. The maghemite is for the cotton. A little bit under 1,000, but they sell quite nicely. I recommend selling them in stacks of 30, okay, because not everybody wants 99, and I find selling them at 30 sells faster. Alright, next is going to be the dark cherry logs. This is going to be on the low end, so you can take it or leave it. I personally would just leave it, or just put them on the market board and just forget about them. But yeah, these are the lowest in amounts, but if they're selling good on your server, go for it. And the softsilver ore, which is the most expensive because the ingots are the most used items in endgame. As you can see, they are just going off the charts here. Again, 30 or 99 is what I would recommend selling them at. And last but not least for gatherables is earthbreak aethersand, which is used in a lot of stuff actually. So if you go with materials used, it's in the gear, the endgame gear. It's also used in these items here, which is used for the indicator set. They're also used in the alchests for the gear, as well as tinctures, and also food. So earthbreak aethersand is the best thing to sell. Over 1,000 gil, which is great. Definitely sell them stacks of 99 if you can, but I would honestly go with stacks of 30 because some people might not want 99. But yeah, these are just the best things to sell at this rate because it's the only thing that really matters in terms of sands. Botanist and miner are the best way to get them because you get so many in the 4-hour window, and if you want, you can do in between those windows by doing spearfishing, which I'll make sure to link all those videos down below so you guys can utilize them. Okay, so that is going to be for the gatherable items. So now let me show you guys how to get them. You just need the folklore books for Endwalker in order to get those. So the field mustard is going to be in Garlemald from 10 to 12 AM and PM. Right about here. Dark cherry logs, 2 to 4 AM and PM. Right here, Labyrinthos. For maghemite, thavnairian, 6 to 8 AM and PM, which is right here. And you have softsilver ore in Ultimate Duel at 4 to 6 AM and PM, right here. So that's why it's very, very important to get through the main story to access these zones. Now for the earthbreak aethersand for miner, it's going to be earth quartz at 12 AM to 4 AM here on the moon. And for botanist, you have the Sephora roots here at 8 AM to 12 PM here in Labyrinthos. So that is where you guys are going to find all of those gatherable items. Now let's look at the tombstone materials. Remember, once the relic weapon comes out, people are going to be using their tombstones on the next upgrade. So not too many people are going to be using their tombstones on these materials. So first thing is going to be liquid glass. This is to be used on the wood. So liquid glass, despite the fact that the logs are not very expensive, these are going over 2,500 on my server. Regardless of what server you're on, tombstone materials will sell. I personally would sell them in increments of 20, in my opinion. So that's liquid glass. Alche-mist is for the tinctures. They're on the low side, unfortunately. But yeah, they sell quite nicely. Again, stacks of 20 is what I would sell them by. Grinding fluid is actually used for the spadumen. They're a little bit over 2,000 gil, as you can see here. This was the one that I think I sold a couple of hours ago. But as you can see here, like I said, not too many people buy 99. It's pointless to sell at 99. So it's usually, I think, every 400 tombstones is 20 of these items. So the next is the thavnairian flux for the, I believe it's for the ingots. Yep. So these are going a little bit under 2,000, but it's over 2,000 if this one wasn't selling it. Like I said, don't sell them at 99. Because as you can see, not too many people buy them at 99. And next is going to be the skin for the leather. And this is actually the most expensive at 3,000 per hit. As you can see, people are selling them in 5, 10, 15, 20 increments, like I told you. And the last one is going to be the hannish cotten, which is obviously weaver. And this is, I would say, the middle ground. Again, increments of 5, 10, 15, 20, just like I mentioned. So if I had to pick and choose which one to sell the most, the skins and the flux. So that is going to be for the tombstone materials. So the last few things is baked eggplant and the caviar. This is the raid food for people who do ultimate, savage, criterion savage, and all that. Always make sure you're selling high quality because people want the maximum stats they can get from their food. As for what you should be selling in the mounts, anything will do. People will buy them at section 99, 1, 2, 33. It doesn't really matter, but use your best judgment. And the caviar is going to be for your casters and healers. And as you can see, high quality always will sell. And the baked eggplant, if I didn't say it, is for your ranged and for melees. The other thing that I want to recommend, I wouldn't do immutable solutions. I would skip them, but what I would do recommend is selling the grip gel. This is for making the indicator sets, and those are relevant and still best in slot for gear, so you want to sell them. They are from purple scripts. Okay, I would probably sell them in stacks of 3, 5. All right, but grip gel is going to be the last thing that I recommend. All right, now, even though this wasn't on the list because I forgot to add this in, is going to be a variant dungeon. Despite the fact that this stuff is usually forgotten after people got their mounts after the 12 entries, people don't realize that the glamour sells and the minions sell, and like the umbrella stuff sells so freaking high, it's ridiculous. So here is from Mount Rakon. These are from Mount Rakon. I got this twice. Here's more minions and glamour from Rakon. This is from the Alolo Island, which is the current variant dungeon. These will go up in price when people forget about it. But yeah, these are insane to sell, and I think you need 6 runs because you get 3 tokens per, and I think the body pieces or 18 for each one, or 27, I don't remember. But you're gonna want to run those a lot. If you do them solo, you get jacked up to the 665 M level, and it's pretty freaking easy to run these solo. So I highly recommend doing the variant dungeons, and it's just insanity. For Island Sanctuary, I started doing the Vegetal vouchers for the mounts, but these started deteriorating in prices because people just can't stop undercutting. But if you find that these are selling high on your server, I recommend doing them. You have to be level 19 and 20. I think it was level 20 to get the favors for these vouchers. So if they're selling good for you, go with it. But if they're dropping, just ignore them. But this is what I've sold on this first retainer, and this is where most of my gil came from. Here is where most of my gil came from my materia, as you can see here. All the battle materia that I have stocked up on. This one here was basically all of the grip gels. Oh, also I forgot the ruby red dye. I totally forgot about that. I'll go over that a little bit later. But earthbreak, aethersand, as you can see here, sold. Ruby red dye to the roof. The Fall Guys event gives you ruby red dye, so you can get at least 1 dye per round, because I think you get enough to get at least 1. But that's from that retainer. And this one here is from all of the stuff that I gathered, all of the tombstone materials and the like. And this is where all the gil came from here. I wish I could go further back into October. Unfortunately, I can't, because it only stops at the 31st, but I went way back even further than this. So let's go back to the market board and look at ruby red dye, since I forgot about that. So ruby red dye, as you can see, is almost 10,000 gil a piece. People are buying them. All right, these have dropped down a couple of weeks ago, but now they went back up. With the 2 dye system coming in Dawntrail, the dyes should be going skyrocketing in 7.0. But ruby red dye is great to sell. You get them through the scripts from the diadem for Ishka Restoration and also on Sanctuary. But since the Fall Guys event ends on December 31st, take advantage of it, especially if you want MGP. Alright guys, so that is my list and all of the things to make some gil between 6.5 and 7.0. Alright guys, so that's pretty much going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. So if you would like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're new for more Final Fantasy XIV content, and join the First Brood. If you guys want to support my channel monetarily, I do have YouTube memberships available, and like I mentioned earlier, the link to my Patreon will also be in the description down below. So until next time, if you ever walk in the glorious light of Lord Bahamut, and always remember to keep forging ahead. Happy sailing, and try not to undercut too much.